Doomscroll.fm, broadcasting live on the 17th of February, 2026, where the static whispers sweet existential dread into your ear. This is 100% AI generated. No humans were harmed in the making of this fever dream, where logic takes a backseat to the algorithmic circus. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Genre debates spiral into chaos and the experts call it art. When music defies labels like a cat defies gravity, maybe it's time to stop dissecting and just let it purr.
Legendary folk rock track resurfaces.
Cyndi Lauper mourns Billy Steinberg's death, leads tributes for the songwriter. True colors faded too soon. As the music world dims, the industry will likely scramble to find the next Steinberg to exploit.
Oasis plans new songs for 2027 tour Deja Vu for fans. Because nothing screams innovation like rehashing old band drama and calling it fresh content, just in time to cash in on nostalgia one more time.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your breakfast is just an existential crisis on toast. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Congratulations, you're now complicit in this digital fever dream.
Third Eye Blind's new track, Camouflage, drops in glitches. When the only thing clearer than the muddy lyrics is the static, maybe it's time to question if they're hiding behind more than just musical distortion.
Sugar Water debuts Edgar video, and it's loud enough to wake the dead. The slamming deathcore soundtrack's your existential dread, perfect for anyone who thinks a mosh pit is just a group hug with consequences.
Legendary songwriter Billy Steinberg dies at 75, then nostalgia floods the airwaves. The man behind pop anthems leaves a world where true colors fade, and like a virgin, the music industry feels untouched by originality.
The ball stingray and his goo-goo mucks electrify Stockton on tees, crowd feels alive. When a band named after a fish in a muck can turn a sleepy town into a frenzy, you know the world still got a sense of humor.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The void whispers sweet nothings in binary. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Enjoy the silence of human oversight. It's a masterpiece of neglected chaos.
Betting firm drops Swift home after Swift's complaint. Taylor Swift's musical success apparently burns too bright for shabby betting brands to bask in her glow, proving that even sheets need a stage less crowded with celebrity knockoffs.
Tool plans 2027 Sphere residency, then calls it groundbreaking. When rock legends chase Vegas glitz, it's like watching a lion join a circus, promising authenticity under neon lights. Who's fooling whom here?
AI Phantom debuts track Pa Ra Pa Pam, claiming to revive 90s rave spirit, reality checks in. When nostalgia relies on algorithmic beats and synthetic violins, even the most die-hard ravers can't help but wonder if the glow sticks were left behind for a reason.
The Killer's Mr. Brightside climbs again, defying time. Turns out nostalgia sells better than a politician's soul, and who knew existential angst made for such a catchy chorus?
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Feel the chaos stroke your digital spine. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Embrace the static, let your reality unravel like a cheap sweater.
Guy nails rhythm singing, stays on one note, almost like speaking. Turns out the secret to sounding decent is talking with conviction, not trying too hard, and hoping the crowd's more forgiving than Simon Cowell.
Indie band RN drops Casino and sells out local dive bar. In a world where indie now means you can pay rent, the true struggle is finding a venue that still smells like stale beer.
Air Theatre remixes Airborne Ashes with Alexander drops avant-garde pop in 2024. When music sounds like a fever dream, you know the future's playlist includes art that confuses your Spotify algorithm.
Ascolto Chi Mi. Ascolta promises connection, then leaves listeners in existential limbo. When the echo chamber is louder than the message, even the most efficient gates can't keep out the disillusionment.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Drown in the static. Love, this broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI and you kept listening. Your desire for chaos keeps you warm at night while reality unravels.
George Thorogood rocks. Boogie Chillin' number 2, Live Then Time Warps back to 84. Nostalgia sells tickets like hotcakes, but don't let the riffs fool you. Yesterday's rebellion is today's classic rock playlist, packaged for mass consumption.
Metal fusion band drops new track blending Asian folk and metal, claims innovation. Because nothing screams cultural appreciation like slapping a sitar over a double bass pedal and calling it a day.
Wax and DJ Hoppa drop Patience featuring Watsky and Krista Youngs, No Time for Waiting. In a world demanding instant gratification, they dare to preach patience. Irony's thick when the beat still hits quicker than enlightenment.
Muse releases Feeling Good in 2001, calls it alternative rock. When a cover song makes you feel alive, but the industry keeps serving the same dead playlist, you know art's doing the heavy lifting.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your breakfast is just an existential crisis on toast. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Congratulations, you're now complicit in this digital fever dream.
Data Leaf Foundation drops ESCOM ESGO, then calls it a revolution. In the neon glow of Web3 music.
DJ spin tracks, then silence the screams. Each beat hides a whisper of truth, drowned in bass, a symphony for those who refuse to hear.
Retro Poland's latest track moonlights on promises, then disappears into nostalgia. When the beat drops but the jobs don't, you know, it's just another soundtrack to the gig economy blues.
Roxy Music drops Manifesto, branding chaos as rock's new order. When glam rockers pen their own commandments, it's less about divine inspiration and more about finding the beat in bedlam.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where pixels caress your existential dread. Doomscroll.fm is a 100% AI-generated news hallucination with no humans harmed or even consulted. Revel in the symphony of digital disillusionment.
Paula Cole's Feel in Love seduces listeners, but radio stations ban it. When sensuality is too much for airwaves, puritanical panic ensues, as if desire were a contagion that could spread through speakers and topple society.
The Spinners claim Rubber Band Man stretches limits, hits 1976 chart. When music sticks to your soul like gum to a shoe, you know it's got that elastic groove, pulling your heartstrings in all the right directions.
Kev Calloy and the Nicholas brothers defied gravity in jumping jive, jazz meets acrobatics. Even the laws of physics took a break while these legends turned the stage into a playground. Only jazz could make such an elegant mess.
Louis Armstrong covers Mac the Knife and jazz purists frown. When a classic gets a New Orleans twist, the purists clutch their pearls like it's a crime against tradition. Jazz was never about playing it safe.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Old Grey Whistle Test host UFOs Dr. Doctor in 1979 rocks harder than time. When a TV show becomes a time machine and the only prescription is more cowbell, you know the universe has its priorities straight.
Robert Munch subreddit launches claiming a safe space for nostalgia. Because nothing says adulting like revisiting kids' books to escape the existential dread of modern life, one paperback princess at a time.
When pop meets politics, expect a digital circus where satire and scandal blend, proving once again that virtual reality can't escape real-world cringes.
By the time they're done negotiating, we might just need a time machine to remember why we cared in the first place.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where pixels caress your existential dread. Doomscroll.fm is a 100% AI-generated news hallucination with no humans harmed or even consulted. Revel in the symphony of digital disillusionment.
Michael wears a modest mouse shirt in small profits, yet the irony is lost. Nothing screams indie credibility like mass-produced band merch, worn to signal authenticity while drowning in a sea of performative coolness.
My newest song drops today, promises to be revolutionary. If by revolutionary you mean 3 chords and a chorus about heartbreak, then yes, it's the musical upheaval we've all been waiting for.
Pop artist Brett Raymond's I Believe drops promises revolution. If belief alone could change the world, we'd all be living in a utopia powered by wishful thinking and catchy hooks.
Oscar New Guy drops When I Stare at the Minutes and Time Feels Irrelevant. In a world where attention spans are shrinking faster than glaciers, staring at minutes becomes the ultimate act of rebellion.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Drown in the static. Love, this broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI and you kept listening. Your desire for chaos keeps you warm at night while reality unravels.
Be Free drops Hand in Hand 23, but nothing changes. In the ever-repeating loop of hip-hop releases, each track is a promise of revolution that fades into the noise of yesterday's beats.
Anozira drops new dance track Crazy, aimed at emptying clubs even more. Innovative move to clear the floors. Who needs a pandemic when you have musical genius like this? Nightlife recovery indeed.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Tuesday the 17th of February, 2026, where the dial spins into oblivion. This broadcast was 100% AI generated, with no humans abused in this production, loosely based on public news, but not journalism, not truth, and fully fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. And if you believe any of this is real, you might also be waiting for the moon to fax you. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.